Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Islam as a religion is not the religion of terrorism. That is why if you look at the Islam we're talking about, its contextual meaning and technical meaning, it means peace and harmony. Islam means peace. Then how can you just oppose a peace with terrorism, peace with violence? It's not possible. Islam stand aloof and stand away from violence and terrorism. That is why today's topic is so keen, so germane, because today every Dick and Harry is pointing a finger of accusation against Islam when it comes to the issue of violence and terrorism. To the extent that people cannot even identify Muslims or Islam with something positive again. And this is one of the misconceptions and misconstruing about what Islam is. Because if you know Islam in deep and in certainty, you will know Islam is a religion that prioritizes peace and kick against violence and terrorism. The first thing we need to extract is that when you say Islam prioritizes peace, in the first place, Islam's made us realize one fact, and the fact is no compulsion in religion. You can't force people to do Islam. It is categorically mentioned by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. La ikraha fi din. Wa man ja'ala alaykum fi din min haraj. There's no compulsion and there's no duress in this religion. Falsehood is very clear from darkness. So if anybody is saying Islam is a religion of violence, is terrorism, in the first one is letting you know that no compulsion. You're free to do whatever you want to do as an individual. But by conviction, you will embrace Islam without anybody forcing you. And that will take us to clear ground on how Islam spread. Most of us today, we believe that Islam spread by war, Islam spread by jihad. No. You know what jihad means? Jihad means making effort. Jihad means struggling. Historically, Islam, emerged and encountered with forces of darkness. From the city of Mecca, they saw the light of Islam, that Islam is about to, be blossom and grow wild, go viral, and they try to stop Islam. They stopped Islam with all means. They killed the companions. They gave to the extent that they also give them economic sanction. To the extent that they, excommunicated them from the city. They did all of them to them. There was no war. The first war was the 313 non-Muslims against the 313 Muslims the convertee who were defenseless against 1,000 kafir. In fact, they didn't want to fight. And I said, Kutiba alaykum Qital. We have made compulsory upon you to face the non-believers because they are about to kill you all. Or you refuse, you detest fighting. And I said that Asa and takrahu shay'an. Allah said, you might dislike certain thing, you might detest fighting, but there is merit for you there. You might hate not to fight, but there is evils for you there. Wallahu ya'lamu wa antum la ta'lamun. Allah knows, but you don't know. It's to let you know that even the Muslims, the early Muslims, they don't want to fast. They didn't want to fight. They objected because Islam did not want fight, did not want violence. It was the kafir, after molesting, after killing, after maltreating, after doing a lot of forms of evils to the Muslims, to the extent that they even had to leave Mecca to seek asylum in the neighboring country, and they did chase after them. That was when Allah said, now you can face them. What's not the violence? And Islam spread across the world via commerce, businesses, and good conduct of the Muslims when they get there, because when they transact business, they always see in them, justice, equity, truthfulness, transparency. So people want to be part of them. People will marvel with the kind of, good and positive disposition they are seeing from the Muslims. So you go back to history and do your research. Islam did not spread by sword or violence. Number two, to let you know that Islam did not support violence. In fact, when Prophet Muhammad was about to do go into Mecca, when he was about to move the Muslims from Medina to Mecca, when they do the Bay'at al-Aqaba, Athaniya, when they moved from Mecca to Medina to perform Hajj, the kafir refused and told the Muslim there is no entrance. There's no entrance. They won't allow them in. And they had to go into treaty. They had to go into agreement that Muslims should not come to Mecca for good 10 years. And at the same time, they should not preach Islam to people in the Mecca. Anyone that embraces Islam from Mecca should be returned back to them. There are a lot of agreement, and he even told them that Prophet Muhammad should sign it. When he was about to sign this agreement, the companions were not okay with it. And when he wanted to sign, they said he should erase his name. They didn't accept him as Rasulullah. We only know you to be Muhammad. Don't put Rasulullah there, Allah's messenger. He erased it. And he signed. But the agreement was later on violated by the kuffar. And to the advantage of the Muslim, that 10 years agreement, the Muslims are using to prepare themselves in all ramification. Before the 10 years reach, Muslims has grown. Islam has expanded. Islam has spread its tentacles. So the day they want to take over Mecca, it was not war. They enter into Mecca peacefully. In Surah Al-Fatih, in the Fatih, like a Fatih Mubina, they enter Mecca peacefully without war. To the extent that when Abu Sufyan was caught, Rasulullah said that, Abu Sufyan, today you have been caught. In fact, the Muslims were expecting that they should be killed. So I said, no, we set you free. Go back to Mecca. Anyone that entered into your house, or such person is secure and safe. Anyone that entered or go into Bayt al-Haram, Kaaba, they are also saved. When Abu Sufyan returned to Mecca, what did they say? He said, "Man dakhala ila bayti Abu Sufyan wa aminu." Anyone that enter into my house is the person is secure and safe. Anyone that enter into Kaaba as well is safe. They even mentioned his house before he mentioned Kaaba. And they enter into Islam, salam and salam, with peace. This is the legend that Islam did not in any way support violence and terrorism. Number 3, we need to be very, very careful with external information, because this is information people are bringing into the fold of Islam to stay in Islam. And I said, yuriduna liyutfi'u nur Allah bi afwahim. And I said, they intend to quench the light of Allah with their expression, with their mouth. Wallahu mutimmu nurihi walau kana kafirun. But Allah will perfect His light, even if the non-believers, even if the Gentiles detest or hate. This same thing during the lifetime of Prophet Sallam. They lied that Aisha anha fornicated. If not that Allah SWT revealed a surah, Surah Nur, to vilify her, to clear her. They lied. They lied against Prophet Sallam that he's a madman. It was Allah that also cleared him that he's not mad. They lied. And the external influence, there's no how, when people embrace Islam, we have among the Muslims those who are the sincere one. We have among the Muslims those who are not sincere, the munafiq. That's why there's a particular surah Allah dedicated to the non-sincere Muslim, Surah Munafiqun. So this can come from the Munafiqun, the hypocrites. They parley with the non-believers to stain or to destroy the image of Islam. Allah said it. That is why Allah mentioned in the Quran. I said this non-believing, the munafiqun. I said you will see them, they are always in companionship. They are always parley with the non-believers. When you Muslims are successful, they are not happy. But when you fail, that's when they jubilate. They jubilate. So we should be very careful with information we gather from from inside those who are not sincere, let alone the external war that is filling Islam. Know that Islam is making it. Islam is spreading. Islam has a complete system and is combating, is rivalry with many civilizations, with many systems that collapsing, while Islam is continuing to, blossom. They will hate it. They will dislike it. That is why the issue of Orientalism, the people that want to rewrite the history of Islam, they want to rewrite the story of Islam. So if you come across their books written by most of the authors, if you're not very careful, you'll be brainwashed and your Islam will be dented and you will misconstrue Islam for those information you will spoon feed it. So if you want to learn from any source of Islam, learn from the Quran, learn from the reliable source of hadith, and you must have a sound and grounded sheikh that will shed light on all this. If you had the internet, companion, you just go on the internet to pick issue. You just go online to just listen to any lecture. You don't save it. You don't know where you verify. You can fall victim of all this misconstruing and misinformation. What Islam is not, don't call it Islam. this enmity has been from time immemorial. Number 4, when you talk about terrorism. In Islam, Islam is the only religion that stopped slave trade. When Rasulullah embraced Islam, when he brought Islam, one of the key things Islam emphasized that we should do is that we should serve the slave trade, the slave, set them free. That, for example, when a man compared the back of his wife with his wife without of his mother, he was asked to set free slaves. In Covenant, Allah said that he should set free slaves. Before that such a man touched his wife, set free slave. Islam knew that there was a slavery or slave trade before the advent of Islam. Who is talking about violence? Islam said that do not kill any soul unlawfully. Don't kill animals. During war, don't burn house. Don't defile women. Don't put fire on trees or bushes. Don't attack places of worship. Don't contaminate drinkable water. What are you not telling me? Jerusalem, we address the soldiers. Fear Allah. Because this war is Kalimatullah al-Uliya. We want to elevate Allah's name. Avoid doing this. And they used to have battlefield. Look at what is happening today. America, Israel attack Palestinians. They throw missiles on civilians. And we claim that we have what we call international law that protects the interests of the citizens. What are we saying? Islam does not go in line with violence, does not go in line with terrorism. That is why anyone who create violence in Surah Nisa, Surah Al-Baqarah, Allah says such people that are spreading havoc, they should be killed. They should be amputated. They should be nailed to the cross. They should be sent on exile. There's no country that do not have soldiers, that do not have navals, that do not have military, that does not have police. Why do we have them? It's not to go forward, it's to protect our sovereignty. It's to put a stop to violence. So why would somebody say Islam should not have the soldiers, we should not have our military, we should not have the navals? Every state, every nation is entitled to all this, because some people are bound to trespass. So when they want to trespass, we use that to checkmate them. Islam say no to violence, say no to terrorism. It is the enemy's plot. And we have a lot of references across board where people have been exposed. They have international backup. They have a lot of backup here and there. They connive. And they want to use Islam as a scapegoat. It's not possible. So pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help each and every one of us forgive our shortcoming. Once again, please, we want to appeal to you to support our project, to support our Dawah program. And this program is Islamic Talent Hunt Showcase, where we are assisting our upcoming Muslims brothers and sisters who are very vast in the Quran, who are very vast in Hadith, who are very sound in the arts and Adhan, Nasheed, spoken words, and what have you. And this project is ongoing. We need your support. We need your assistance. Our target is just 10 million naira, and you see everything in detail in this flyer that's been showcased before you. I say the cause of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, donate and support us. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be with you. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.